With the second qualifying round of the Champions League upon us, the draw is at 11 a.m. here on Fog Football this morning. It's time to look and preview it and see who Rangers, Linfield, Shelbourne, the New Saints, etc., all could have. But before we get into it, let's recap the first qualifying round. The Jambo Bear, you were not privy to this, but this is your favourite part of the season, man. European games being dished out, draws left, right and centre, qualifying rounds, you love it.
It's great stuff, and for me, the standout tie has to be Shelbourne versus Linfield.
Aye, it does.
Great wee tie there.
That's going to be a tasty one, as I pointed out earlier. Yes, the Northern Irish League's worse than the Electricity League, but Shelbourne aren't the natural normal winners of that league, so I think it's...
Linfield are, clearly the best team from Northern Ireland, so...
I think it's an even enough game.
Normally, I would favour the Republican side, but... actually, take that sounded bad, didn't it? Take that back. Normally, I would predict the team from below the border to win there, but
so it's the Republicans versus the Loyalists?
Something like that. Normally, I would predict a team for the League of Ireland.
Damien Duff versus David Healy. Who's fucking coming out on top?
Damien Duff was probably a better player, but David Healy scored goals
He got that hat trick in Spain.
Unfortunately, that was better than anything Damien Duff ever won. But Damien Duff would say he won a Premier League.
David Healy.
But come on, two good players either way. Now they're managing. Shelbourne versus
got there
Linfield.
In the end.
You got to love it. What else have we got?
New Saints have got Shakinja, and also what's that other Diddy team got? I think that's it in terms of that's it.
What I'll tell you is a little bit disappointing about that though is the fact that last season obviously we've seen a team from both Northern Ireland and Ireland get into the Conference League. With those two teams now meeting in the first round, that can't. Well, yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Then.
No, yep, probably not. And that's, the best chances for teams to get into the Conference League are going to be the teams that are in the Champions League.
Aye, and one of them
fall through.
One of them getting knocked out in the first round is going to severely hamper their chances.
So we've got a Champions path or a League path. All right, so a lot of ties here that you have to work out, but we just went over a few of them. So let's talk about the things that matter. So see that you've got the likes of Copenhagen, Red Star Belgrade, Ferencvaros, Maccabi Tel Aviv, Slovan Bratislava, Qarabag, Ludogorets, Kiev, FCSB, Lech Poznan, Olympia Ljubljana, and Malmo. What teams stand out there amongst the seeded?
It's probably Copenhagen.
No, I think there's going to be a big problem here regarding Maccabi Tel Aviv because Israel and Iran are going at it like there's no tomorrow, and I believe that there is no actual way to fly into Israel right now. That strikes me that it's not going to end anytime soon. So I think we could be really looking at a situation where, well, what do they do?
You get a bye?
It looks like someone could get a bye. So who could it be? Well, whoever's on the unseeded side of the things will want that, but again, things can change in a couple of weeks.
I'm assuming that would put Rijeka up into the seeded path.
Yes, that's.
But then again, if this draw is getting made tomorrow, that's not going to matter. It's just going to give a bye to whoever.
Yeah. Now, who's going to get that bye? We'll look at the unseeded side of things. Now, the New Saints are taking on a Macedonian team called Kajuji or something. The New Saints are the best team in Wales. They were in the group stage of the Conference League last year, and they've actually spent a bit of money.
Well, let's say that Tel Aviv, let's say they get the winner of the Irish clubs, and then let's say they can't play that game or whatever, or it can't happen at neutral venue. Could be looking at Shelbourne or Linfield in the third round of the Champions League.
Which would be very interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be interesting. Anyway, let's look at the league path here. So Rangers obviously seeded, and they will be seeded all the way through until the final game if they make it that far, to which unfortunately they will be unseeded because they'll be third. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So they will get either, I believe, Panathinaikos, Servette, or Brann.
And you know what? I am honestly not fussed out of these three teams.
Well, no, but I think you would want to avoid Panathinaikos.
I don't give a shit, to be honest.
I think you would.
Would I rather Brann than Panathinaikos? Of course I would.
Who?
Panathinaikos.
Aye.
Is it not Panathinaikos?
Aye.
So what are you saying?
Not what you just called it, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a late night, folks.
Panathinaikos.
And it'll be an even later night when Rangers put these Diddy Greek men to the fucking sword. No surrender. We are the people. Russell Martin's going to win the quad.
What if they got Hercules on you?
Then
take you out.
That's no good.
No, that's no.
That wouldn't be good. But well, who would you want? Jambo Bear? More Bear Part. Who do you want?
I'd want Bran.
Bran. Bran.
Bran with a double N.
Tyrion Lannister's right hand man.
Aye, exactly.
That's who it is. Well, I'll tell you what, they'd come up a wee bit short against Rangers, wouldn't they?
Braun, is it no?
Is it no Bran?
I don't know, is it?
Well, either fucking way, it's close enough, man. Hold on.
I think it's Braun.
That's our biggest problem here.
Aye.
Well, you can sit there and Google it like all you want, but the reality is, Red Bull Salzburg, Victoria Pleasant,
Fucking Braun.
Braun, shite. Tell you what, man. Rangers are going to get through the second qualifying, man. You read my lips. Russell Martins, Teddy Bells are going to get the fucking job done. There's no two ways about it. Absolutely no two ways about it. Now, in terms of the draw, it is at 11 later on today. Now, as for the third qualifying round, that draw will not be held until the 21st of July, so there's quite the fucking difference, isn't it?
Oh, we're going to have to wait a while.
I mean, like, literally, we're waiting over a month, like, what, 33 days, something like that. Now, if we look at that...
Oh, well, I'm sure your Rangers team can make a lot of signings to cheer you up within that amount of time, eh?
Aye, all right. Look at Modric,
keep you
Human's
busy.
son, Ronaldo, Maldini, I hear, is coming out of retirement for Rangers. But, right, so Rangers are still...
Me a chance of Russell Martin coming out of retirement.
Aye, Rangers are still seeded, right, in the league path. So if we look at the unseeded, they can get Nice, Fenerbahce, or the winner of the tie involving Salzburg and Pleasant, right? So let's just go back and look at that. I tell you what, right? I think Rangers are looking good for a minimum of a playoff here.
Would you want Nice or Fenerbahce, though?
Pumped Nice 4-1 last year
I suppose.
and beat Fenerbahce over 2 legs.
I suppose.
No, I mean, I'm not. Am I bigging Rangers up here too much, or are Rangers the favourites to go through against every team that they can take on? Obviously, I'm not factoring in Benfica, Club Brugge, Feyenoord because they're on the same side of Rangers in the third round.
Yeah, no, I think they will get into the playoffs, but then it's going to be really tough, isn't it?
Yeah,
Against either Benfica or Club Brugge.
I think it would be a really interesting dynamic. But then at the same time, you know, one of the unseeded teams could easily put out Benfica or Club Brugge. But Rangers have held their own against Benfica the last couple of times they played them. And Club Brugge are good, right? Put respect on their name. But they're not unsurmountable, are they? Rangers can get the job done against them, man. I think it would just be good going into the playoff. Well, of course, it'd be fucking phenomenal, man. That's what I want. But it would be good for Scottish football to have both Rangers and Celtic diving into some playoffs late August, wouldn't it?
Yep, and I hope we're there to see it.
I hope we're there to see it too. But anyway, we'll be back very soon to cover the Europa League and the Conference League draws involving Dundee United and Hibs. Are you looking forward to that? Your wee team's no there, though.
No, well, I mean, next year. We'll be there next year.
Derek McKinn's and the 10 million Brains Trust Fund or the Jamestown Analytics.
McInnes, mate.
I know. But I tell you what, though, right? No, it's unfortunate. The Jamestown Analytics, they predicted a lot of things, but didn't predict the lack of European football, did they?
No, they didn't, no.
Unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate.
Are they going to get the job done?
Well, Hearts are finishing third this season.
Is that it, though? No higher?
No, because I'm a realist.
He's a realist, guys. He's a realist. The Jambos are finishing.
I'm not going to make a daft fucking prediction like you and Cameron look like a dick, am
Yeah. If Hearts don't win the league, I'll wear every team in the country's kit apart from my own team because I'm a fucking fanny. I mean, what an idiot!
He puts himself in those positions to wear those kits. He does. He fucking does.
You and Cameron strikes me as the kind of guy that likes punishment and is like borderline cuck.
Nah,
Because it's fucking weird. Honestly, you do. See if you're like a true supporter of a team, right? You should never in a million fucking years want to wear the rivals.
Yeah, no, but
kit. I know he's not wore a Hibs kit, right?
Yeah, but it's one thing somebody daring him, but he brings it on him fucking self. It's not like he's made a claim and Stephen Mill's like, I think you're mental there. I don't think that's going to happen. And he's like, nah, 100% it's going to happen. And then Stephen Mill's like, well, how about this? How about if that doesn't come true, then you have to do this? And he's like, all right, okay. He's the one that actually suggests it. Like, he'll randomly just say, oh, no, I'm convinced Hearts will beat Celtic this weekend. If they don't, I'll wear a Celtic shirt.
Yeah, but you know the way, like, there's these challenges where people are like, oh, I'll give you 500 quid if you put the Celtic top on or vice versa. You can Cameron date for fucking free. He puts himself in those predictions. You'd give the other. You'd give the here.
I'll pay 500 to wear it.
Exactly. I just don't get it, man. He's a weird fucking guy. That's all I'll say on you and Cam. But tell you what, have you missed the big Scottish football podcast?
A wee bit.
Where is it?
Obviously, it's not there.
On their holidays, but you know he doesn't take fucking holidays. Fog football, alright, guys. So if you want to absolute idiots talking about Scottish football, it's a channel for you, alright? We're here 24/7, 365, talking about it. Till next time, peace.